questions whenever you're ready.
Coach, we just talking about how tough it is going out the noise. How do you feel about doing that? Do you delete all the apps on your phone?
I mean, yeah, I just, I really keep the main thing, and that's football. And with me especially, that's my faith. And in tough times, when you go through adversity, it really shows you your character. And I think this team has done a really good job of, staying together and, just playing for one another, playing for your brother. So I think it's been a blessing for sure.
Do you feel like you guys have bonded more over the last week? Coach Finney has talked about some of the tough conversations you guys have had and opening up in that way.
I mean, I think this is a very tight-knit group, especially up front. We've been here 4 or 5 years. But yeah, like you said, adversity, you kind of really see what your brother's about. And I think that, this is a special group of guys, and we really love each other. And I think that, going through these first couple of weeks, it kind of reassured the love that we have for each other. And it's just a blessing to play with these guys up front and as offense. So.
Who have been some of the players that have stepped up to try and keep the team in a good headspace during the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Antonio Williams. I'm really proud of his leadership this year especially. He's a guy that, we can count on the field, but also off the field. He brings, he's very passionate and he's real. You can tell when somebody's real. And I'm just so proud of Antonio. And then on the offensive line, I'd say Blake. He's started 4 years. He's just consistent every day, showing up with the great mindset. And Blake's been a great leader for us up front. So.
What's been the most frustrating aspect of past few weeks not playing the way you got to play?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to execution. We got all the talent in the world, and I think it's just. In big games like that, it comes down to 3 or 4 plays, and it's just execution. But, it's in the past now, and, we had a good bye week to reset. It's an 8-game season, and if we can just, execute on, just the little things, the layups, the plays, you'll see how explosive this offense really is. But it just comes down to execution. At the end of the day, the coaches, they've had great game plans. They put us in a position to win, and we just got to go execute.
How can you explain practice? Coach Sweeney says it's pretty good in practice, right. Just not knowing the games. How do you explain just kind of the disconnect there?
I think it just comes down to nobody trying to press, everybody doing their 1 of 11. Not trying to do somebody else's job, just focus on doing your job, and you're 1 of 11. And when you look up, you'll be successful. And I think we just gotta, like I said, it's pretty simple. We just gotta execute. It doesn't get more simpler than that. And just doing your 1 of 11. Knowing the team can count on and do your part, and if I think everybody has that mindset, we'll have everybody on the same page and we'll be successful, and the execution will come. So.
Devin said, this team is still really talented. Why can't we be 9-3? Right. Do the guys in the locker room believe that you can run the table?
Oh, 100%. I mean, this team has got a lot of belief, and I think. Us older guys really instilling that belief in those young guys, because I've been here this is my 5th year. I've experienced, times like this. And I think the young guys really look up to see how the older guys are going to react. But, I've always kept in the belief, God's got me here today. When a lot of people counted me out, they didn't think I could ever play center at Clemson. And so it's just keeping that belief in a different term of things. But, just keeping the belief for the younger guys to look up. Maybe they'll experience something like this one day when it's their time. And, just keeping the belief in football and in life. That's, I think this team has a great sense of belief, and we know we can run the table, and, it's a blessing. But, making sure these young guys, see as a leader, as an older guy, to always keep the belief and always keep the faith. So.
As an older player, how do you keep the older guys, who this may be their last year, engaged, saying, man, we wanted to win a national championship or an ACC championship? It's off the table. How do you keep those guys motivated, focused, and engaged?
I mean, especially as older guys, we kind of really talked about it. I mean, if you asked me in elementary school if I'd be playing football at Clemson, I would have been like, that's a crazy dream. But I think, we love football. And regardless of, I wouldn't say everything's off the table yet. You never know. It's a crazy world. But if you love football, it doesn't really matter. You kind of just come out every day as it's a blessing. God gave me the opportunity to play this game, to bring joy to a lot of people, and I think, us older guys are just blessed to be in this position. And playing football is just amazing, regardless of the record. It's just a blessing, and I think we truly believe that we can go 9-3, and it's the older guys really have that mindset of just belief and just keeping the faith, because it just comes down to execution, and so yeah.
On the flip side of that, with younger guys, you've seen the past few years that 4-game redshirt thing. So if things aren't going well, players will shut it down. Has there been any talk of that, or have you guys addressed that at all?
Those you're talking about like younger guys kind of like losing hope because the red shirt, is that what you're saying?
Like saying I'm going to shut it down and keep my red shirt.
No, we really don't have that specific problem about young guys shutting it down. But I've talked to a few younger O-linemen because, it's tough. You're a highly recruited guy coming out of high school, and you don't really play as much as you want. But I can speak from experience how, I've been through that. And so I've just tried to, keep instilling faith in those young guys that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that if you just keep your head down and work, there will be opportunity. But when the opportunity comes, you have to be prepared, because the opportunity really only comes once in a game like this, at a level like this. You play at Clemson, so just making sure those young guys stay ready, because you never know when their time will come. But the worst thing is to see when, young guys, they give up on the process, and when their time comes, they're not ready. So I've been just really trying to instill in those young guys, especially some young centers, because I'm going to be gone next year, that their time will come and that they have to be ready, because if you're not ready, you don't want to live with regret. So.
Where would you say Cade's headspace and confidence has been at least in your conversations?
Yeah, I think Cade's great. I think he understands what this offense needs to do to get better, and all of us. It's not just one person; it's all of us. Execution is all across the board. O-line, receivers. Cade's, he's in a great space. He's positive. He's bringing energy, holding us accountable. Nothing's changed. So he's doing great. So.
Ryan, how do you think the adversity of the current moment can make you guys better, both as individual players and as a team?
Yeah, I think adversity is huge. Like I said earlier, it really, it can shine you up or grind you up. And I think this team has taken it in the right way. I mean, we're, like I said, this team has a lot of heart. And we understand that, nobody expected us to be in this position, but we can only move forward. There's nothing we can do now. We're 1-3. I think adversity is huge, and it teaches you lessons that you'll learn as a football player and as a man. But this team has accepted that challenge, and I think we're ready to roll. And, just keeping the faith, keeping the heart, and just loving your brothers. This team loves each other. We'll play for each other, especially up front. I know the guys I play next to, I know their why. I know why they play this game. And I think if you know that about somebody, you play a little harder for them. And I think that's, a huge part, knowing your brother's why. So.
Is there anything that stands out about the UNC defense that you've been able to see on tape so far?
Yeah, UNC is very talented. They kind of an NFL style defense. They run a lot of Okie. They got some big dudes. They're very well coached. It's going to be a great test for us, and I'm excited to go out there and play with my O-linemen. So.
Go ahead. Coach talked a lot about him taking responsibility and the staff taking responsibility. What about in terms of locker room? It sounds like you guys are, as players, taking.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it falls on all of us. We're a team. We're an organization. We just got to go out there and execute. The coaches put us. We got the best coordinators. Coach Luke, best offensive line coach. Like I said before, they got great game plans. We just got to go execute. So, simple as that.
Anybody else for Ryan?
Ryan, homage to Coach Belichick with cut sleeves? Or?
No, I mean, I actually didn't think about that, but that is a good point. That is funny.
Anybody else for Ryan? Thanks, Ryan.
I appreciate you.
Maybe on Terrell, be in here just a little bit.